Virgo, hi, welcome. So I was going to do your reading a bit later on, but I had this strong, urgent almost sense that I have to do it now. So I'm following my guidance. I don't always do, but in this case I really did. Often when I don't follow my intuition, I end up regretting it. So I don't know. I've got a strong urge. It's like there might have been some sort of misinterpretation, misunderstanding. I'm going to draw an oracle card for you, but I'm going to look at it. Okay, now I'm going to look at it first. Oh, all right, let's see. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. And I don't know why, but I really feel that now I'm reading for global, for a collective consciousness. And, obviously what resonates, and what doesn't resonate, just release it. But this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. Also, maybe if your moon is in Virgo, because this is about love and it's all about emotions. And if you want a personal reading, $12 for 30 minutes downloadable reading that I sent you. Let's see what we've got, Virgo. I haven't felt a strong urge to do a reading like this in a long time. Okay, let's just give it a nice sort of bang there. Okay. Also, you're more than welcome to follow me on Facebook or on Instagram. I like to post information on Instagram, and on Facebook I go live from time to time, which is why, in fact, I didn't plan to do this reading right now because I have to go live in a little bit. But I don't know. I just felt a strong urge that I have to do it now, so I'm following my guidance. Okay, so we're going to look at where you're currently at. How did you get there? Okay, it's the other way around. Sure. How did you get there? No wonder I felt it so strong. You are considering going into a relationship with someone. And it might have you very deeply concerned. You're considering going into a relationship with someone. And I feel this is a very delicate sort of situation. You may have been holding out in the situation for a while. I feel if it doesn't work out, that you feel that it might be, and you may actually be right. If it doesn't work out, it could actually be quite catastrophic. Most likely dealing with either a fellow earth sign here, most likely a water sign. So earth sign, obviously Virgo, how do I forget that now? Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or water sign Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I've been picking up a lot of this water in your reading in the last couple of weeks. Let's clarify. We're gonna look at the rest of the cards that I drew for you just now. Okay, now you want to see them all first. Sure, no problem. So current situation, Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. Somehow things got to a certain point where it can't be denied anymore. This situation is going to have to be dealt with. It is that simple. This situation is going to have to be dealt with. It's going to have to be addressed. I feel that you want it. You really want it. But there's a lot of concerns. If there's some banging at the back or drooling or anything like that, I apologize for that. Just letting you know in advance. Okay, if that happens. Oh, this has really got you. So in the previous situation, or the energy that leads you up to your Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Oh. There may have been something between the two of you. There was something. Some sort of spark or possibility, or maybe the one sort of, I don't know, proposed to the other or said, I like you, or whatever it may be. But one of you weren't ready, and I feel it was most likely you. Okay? And you sort of started becoming ready. there with the Queen of Pentacles, but in the Four of Cups, it's almost like this person reached out to you and you knew that they were, and you sort of cold shouldered them, and the two of you seem to be on a bit of a trippy space at the moment. And I think it got you thinking, that you realize you actually want to be with this person. You know, you sort of played it out in your mind all different ways, being without this person, not working out, you know, being on your own. The heart wants what it wants. So going forward, I don't know if I showed you all this. I don't think I did. The Three of Swords, the Justice card, and the High Priestess. So I feel there's a good thing going there, but you need to accept in your heart. And as I feel as you go forward, you realize that for yourself as well. You are realizing that you're over some heartaches. There were some things holding you back. And it's almost like you're in the space of beautiful light now again, where you know it's time to move on now, time to get together, it's time to open your heart again, it's time to actually do it, okay? Alright, so we're clarifying the Six of Swords. Yeah. So Five of Wands in reverse, I'll show you all now. You're tired of fighting. You're tired of fighting, you're tired of reasoning, you're tired of, you know, yo-yoing yourself out of the situation. Also, I feel that some of you, and this is interesting, may actually go and look at some of my previous readings. You're welcome. You're welcome to do that. To get a better understanding of this energy pattern. Alright, so remember, we're clarifying the Six of Swords. We are clarifying the overall energy of the reading. So I've got the Five of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Some things in life can't be denied. You want to go for this with every part of your beautiful Virgo being. You fought it, you tried to fight it, and it might have had you very frustrated there for a long time because you just couldn't get yourself out of it. And now you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. And hopefully I don't lose myself in the situation. I feel there's a big fear. It's almost like you're scared that if you let yourself in the situation, it doesn't work out, that you might not be able to... There's a very real, genuine concern that you might not be able to come back from this. Okay? That this might be the one thing that could break you. I feel that's a very big concern there for you. So with the Seven of Swords here in your recent past, what's leading you up to where you currently are, I feel that some of you, you may be, it's almost like you like conscientiously put blockages in your own way, or in the way of the situation developing any further, and you're pulling little, you know, you're not trying to be nasty, but you are trying to just protect, in your mind, both of you, okay? So you're kind of pulling rabbits out of hats, but it's just not working. You know? You're like, screw this person. Why can't I get away from this? And I feel that you tried so many things. You tried projects, you tried mind things, you tried distance. And it's every time it's like your heart takes a knock again and again, your soul takes a knock again and again, and you're not getting away. So you're getting to this page, you're like, you know what, I don't care, I'm just going to do it. But there is still that fear there. So the Four of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Nine of Wands. It's not like you can't see the situation can work. You can see the magical potential here. Okay, you can see that. And it even makes you smile. Like you'll stand in the mirror and you'll be like, you know, suddenly you just smile and you know why you're smiling because that person crossed your mind and it makes you feel kind of silly. But I feel that you also begin to sort of open your mind to how things can work. I feel that you come from very different sort of sides. Like you do the same, like you're very similar, but there are also differences about the two of you. Okay? And you're getting to see how the diversity is actually what can make things work. This is fascinating. But there is that concern about a past situation. Okay? Like a re-boomeranging. But it's almost like it's like you know when you make a list of like pros and cons? It's like the pros are really starting to outweigh the cons. And also, it's like the cons themselves, that the cons are turning into pros. So if you had to have a very open sort of, you know, roundtable conversation with this person one day, that you'll say to them, you know what, we could have really worked out, but remember this time I did this or that, or you did this or you did that. That is the reason why, you know, that I realized that it couldn't work. But every time when you think you got this thing going, where, you know, you've got that now, they do something different. You're like, you know, how dare you? So 2 cards follow there for you, 2 beautiful cards, in fact, follow there for you. The 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that I listened to my intuition. Okay, you realize this person's got your best interest at heart. So you've got the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the Page of Wands. You realize that this person's got your best interest at heart. They may not be the best communicator of what they mean. They're sort of like on their own trip. And I feel the one concern that you really have is that you have to give up a lot of your uniqueness, your independence of who you are. But then you may realize that the concerns that you have is, it's kind of like the same thing that person has as well. They, you know, they're not that interested in being in your face all day long. They've got kind of got their own thing going. Oh, nice. If you can just commit to this, you'll be surprised how the universe comes in to work everything out for you. I feel the situation has got the potential to be so much better than you ever imagined. Like, you would have never in your wildest dreams thought that it could be this good, that it could work out. That you're like, what? You know, why have I been holding myself back from this? But I also feel that you know the timing is right now. With all this being said, I feel that you are the one who always knew that if you ever give us a chance and if it's ever going to work, the timing has to be correct. And the other person wouldn't have really realized so much the timing, you know, for when it is correct and when it's not correct. You were the one who knew that. If you could just give us a chance, it might be the best experience of your life. So the offer's being made to you. It's like an unspoken offer. You both know the offer's on the table. You may not be speaking about this. You may talk, you know, refer to it as many things. Friendship, kinships, colleagues, whatever, drive buddies. But it's there. Okay? The offer's there. The situation is there. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. You've both healed. You've both healed. There is still that past situation, but I feel that you're both beginning to look past that past situation. Somehow there was some kind of intricacy. Maybe the current person and the previous person know each other. And that may have been a concern, but I also feel that you'll move past that. Okay? Let's clarify this current situation, the Page of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. You'll see the jumping. Cards will jump down. So the Queen of Cups. What's happening in this current situation now? Oh, Virgo, 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 Virgo. You're also interesting. So you may have been the one holding out all along, and for a long period of time. This may have been years. Okay? I don't know if it's the lockdown or what it is, but you made up your mind. So you may have been the one holding out, but now you're hasty. Now you're in it to win it. You're like, I'm on board. Can we leave this harbor? Can the ship sail? There's a sort of a hastiness about you to get this going. It's almost like now that you made up your mind. What did that oracle card of yours say again? You are strong beyond measure. Stepping into your power. Now that you've made up your mind, you are like an unstoppable force. Let me put this down. You finally become convinced that no matter what situation there may arise, that you can face it together. So this 8 of Swords, I was wondering about that. Whatever arises, you can face it together. This you know now. What's going on, Virgo? What's going on? What's going on? Knight of Cups. For me personally, one of my favorite card in this deck, actually. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck. For me, this card... Okay. So you are here. You are willing to do whatever you need to do. Sink or swim. Okay? Do or die. This actually came out too. Let me take it. So the Knight of Cups, these are now clarifying this 8 of Wands, okay? This situation, the stuckness. Knight of Cups, which to me personally always, for me it's a card of just life, just working, just lining, that golden stepping stone, okay? And you're concerned about whether this other person is obviously stepping away as powerfully as well. And I feel that in itself is also a situation that leads to healing for you. Taking those chances, even if it might not work, that you may have not done before, but you feel strong enough to do it now. But it does drain your energy. This situation is draining your energy. You actually want a conclusion to this. You want a conclusion to this. You're tired of this. You don't want to do this anymore. It's been dragging on for way too long. It's almost like you're beginning to realize that the situation is not just going to resolve yourself. If there's anybody who's going to either make it go forward or break it, well, making it go forward, you realize that was always you. Okay? That ball was always in your court. You actually kept that ball in your court. Okay? That if it was ever going to happen, it was going to be you that's going to either make it happen or not happen. This other person it's like a constant. And it's become quite special to you. I think in the beginning it might be that you might have kind of been there where you were just sort of like enduring the situation. You didn't want to be nasty. So you were kind of tolerating the situation, in fact. It's now grown into so much more. That situation has to come to an end. You know that. So the 3 of Swords, this is going forward. Okay? The Death card, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. The situation has to come to an end. It has to reach a conclusion. But I also feel that, and I think that you realize this, well, you know this, that this is one of those situations where it's either going to go forward or it's going to be cut, and it's going to be cut. Okay? You are past gray areas. You're past that. Okay? You and your person. It's almost like this person is not officially your person, but also unofficially, officially your person. You have to make a choice. And you realize the implications of making the wrong choice. It's like a previous situation can repeat itself if you make the wrong choice. And I'm not trying to influence your situation or your decision, sorry, but I do feel that if you let this go, there'll be someone else there to grab this person up straight away. They will be very vulnerable. And there'll be someone else there that will take them away. And once that other person takes them, you won't be able to get them back. Because that person won't let them go. It will tick all the boxes that they need ticked. They will, if you actually let them go, they'll make a commitment to someone else pretty straight away. And everything that you ever had will kind of cease to ever exist. It'll almost be like it never existed. If it is with a water sign, I can understand it because I'm a Cancerian and I can be like that sometimes. If the emotion is too much, it's not really writing you off. It's more like going to that space where you're no longer in the energy field. So, yeah, you lose complete touch with that person. Okay? But it's, you know this. So even if your person's not a Cancerian, you pretty much know this. Clarifies the world, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. You know. It's like you can't be in denial about this anymore. You know that the two of you can really make this work. You sort of have the same dream, vision, goal for the world. And whatever shortages that you may perceive to have, you're actually fully capable of working it out together, which ends off your reading with the highest vibrational card in the tarot deck, the High Priestess. So what does the High Priestess want to say to you? Page of Swords. Don't let fear ruin your dishes in there. Wow. The Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. And the High Priestess. So we are clarifying the High Priestess. The offer's on the table, and if you take it, I really do feel that it will beautifully work out for you. Okay? I'll draw you one more card. It's the end of pain for you. This could be, if you say yes to the situation, it could be the end of pain for you. You may be happier than you ever thought that you could possibly be in your life. And so it is. So if you want that, claim that for yourself. Okay? Let's see where this is going forward for you, Virgo. So if you like, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Let me know if the situation resonates with you. Let me know what's happening in your life. You know, send me a like, send me a comment. And we will reconnect with each other soon. From my heart to yours. Namaste, love and light.